สวัสดีค่ะยินดีต้อนรับสู่งานสัมมนาเรียนต่อประเทศแคนาดากับ Ridley College ค่ะ Hi Rhiannon welcome to Thailand
Hi, thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here.
สวัสดีค่ะค่ะ Today we ready to learn more about Ridley College and your programs. Yeah, let's get started.
That sounds great. Thank you so much. So we can start with an amazing video today.
And on an exhale, the power to that circle.
Welcome to Ridley College, everybody. I'm so excited to share this school with you. I'm also an alum of the school, so it's very close to my heart. We can go to the next slide and I can introduce a little bit more. So when it comes to schools in Canada, there's often a lot of questions. And when it comes to international students living in Canada and attending school, there's really three different kinds of school that they go to. There are public schools, which would be homestay only. They're publicly funded, and it's mostly domestic students or international students in homestay. There's international schools, which are for-profit schools. So they're all international students, and it could be dorm or homestay. And then there are the independent schools, like Ridley College, which is non-for-profit. So what that means is all of the money that is taken in must be spent on the student experience. There's no profit made from Ridley. So all of the money goes back into the students. And all of our students that are international, that are not day students, live in boarding. So we have no homestay. So we have an incredibly great community of boarding students. We can go to the next slide. And I'll talk a little bit more about our boarding students on the subsequent slides. So we've just watched this video highlighting Ridley. So on the next slide, we can show a little bit about where we are. So we're located in St. Catharines, Ontario. And here is roughly 20 minutes from Niagara Falls and about 1 hour from the Toronto airport. So it's an incredibly safe part of Canada. It has warm weather and it's a beautiful area with lots of green space. So easily accessible by airport. And on the next slide, you can see our campus. So we have a 90-acre campus, which is incredible. And on this campus, we have all of our activities are housed except for our rowing course, which takes place down at the Henley rowing course. So again, you can see that we're right in the downtown city, even though it looks like it's all countryside. That's because our campus has a lot of green space. I'm ready for the next slide, please. So one of the really great things about Ridley is we are a true boarding school. 65% of our students in grade 9 to 12 are boarders. And of those, we have 65 different countries that are attending Ridley this year. So we have 375 boarders in grades 9 through 12, but our boarding also starts in grade 6. So we're one of the only schools in Canada that offers junior boarding. So for students who are in grades 6, 7, and 8 who are looking for a space that has boarding, we're the right school for you. So this year we have 870 students from junior kindergarten to grade 12. And again, most of our students are Canadian. So 660 of our students are considered domestic. So it's really, when you look at those numbers and you know that we have 65 different countries, and you can see those international numbers, you can understand how diverse the school is, which makes it a really exciting place to be. I'm ready for the next slide, please. So I'm going to talk about each of these points on the subsequent slides, but I think it's really important to know what some of our standouts are. We are an IB continuum school. So we offer the IB diploma in an incredibly safe space. We are a visible well-being school where we really want to make sure that everyone feels good, as well as being a large 7-night boarding school. Next slide, please. So again, like I mentioned, we offer IB from junior kindergarten all the way up to grade 12. So this means that the ideas of IB, critical thinking, problem solving are embedded throughout the curriculum, throughout a student's entire career at Ridley. So it really helps the students become globally minded and able to solve problems. I'm ready for the next slide, please. So our middle school is grades 7 and 8, and we do offer junior boarding for this. So this year we have 130 students in middle school, and one of my favorite parts of middle school is our exploratory programs. So these are programs that we run during the school year where students get to learn through experience. They get to follow something they're really passionate about, and complete these projects would help them become better at critical thinking, at problem solving, but also really passionate about their learning. And then following middle school, we have our upper school, which is on the next slide. And this would be grades 9 through 12. So here we offer our diploma program, but we also know that IB might not be for everyone. So we're happy to also offer the Ontario Secondary School Diploma. So this can be a choice that students make in grade 11 if they'd like to continue in the diploma program for grade 11 and 12 or complete their Ontario Secondary School Diploma. So we have 540 students in upper school, and again, 66% of these students are boarding students. The other part I really enjoy is all of the day students are still part of the boarding houses. So they're very integrated into the community, which means that we do feel like a 7-day boarding school for both the boarding and the day students. And on the next slide, I will discuss our IB results. What I like about this slide here is it really shows that we are doing very well as an IB school. We do not test candidates before they join our IB program. Anyone is welcome to join our IB program, and to have these scores really shows a testament of how good our teachers are. All of our teachers are IB certified, and so the students are in very good hands as they work towards their goals. And on the next slide, thank you. Where are our graduates going? So our guidance department is incredible, and it can actually start as early as grade 8. They start having conversations with students to understand what is the best fit university for them, what program are they looking for. So our graduates are going to top schools around the world, in the States, in Canada, in the UK, and internationally. We currently have an undergraduate student at every one of the IBs in the States, which I think does say something. These schools know who our students are. They know that they're academically oriented, but that a Ridleyan is also busy, and they excel at being busy, which makes them a great candidate for schools like this. And on the next slide, we talk a little bit more about our boarding houses. So we have 10 boarding houses at Ridley College. So of these 10 boarding houses, we have one house, which is our junior boarding house for grades 6, 7, and 8. And this house is run very much family style. We know that students of this age need a little bit more support. So they're woken up in the morning, and the boarding team helps them pack their bags for when they go to school, so they have everything they need. When it comes to the students in grade 9 through 12, we really focus on developing independence and making sure that they can be responsible for themselves to help prepare them for life after Ridley. We have a very comprehensive program. There's always something happening on the weekend, including programming Saturday morning. So it doesn't feel quiet. It doesn't feel alone. It feels busy and bustling, and their friends are always there. So it's a really big community. And again, like I mentioned, the integration of the day students makes a big difference, because then everyone gets involved and everyone is passionate about their boarding houses. I was a GWS Flamingo, the Pink Flamingos, so I was very passionate about them. And we do have house cup competitions, which is a huge part, that is a big part of life, as you can see one of them being demonstrated here. And on the next slide, I'm happy to be able to share our circle of care. So when students live away from home, or when students are just growing up and they're a teenager, there's a lot of life that happens. And so a circle of care is what we refer to all of the adults that surround each student. So we were one of the first visible well-being schools in North America. So we know that for someone to feel good or to do good, they have to feel good, and they have to feel good in their mind, in their heart, in their spirit, in their well-being. And so each of these individuals are a trusted adult that a student could turn to. In the boarding houses, they have their head of house and assistant head of house. They have an advisor they meet with twice a week, who really gets to be the liaison with their parents and a great person and great resource for them. They have their teachers and tutors and librarians, learning support, but then they also have access to doctors and nurses who are on staff, and some live on site, to social and emotional counselors and our director of well-being, and to athletic therapists and coaches if they need that support as well. So this just really helps each of the students achieve their very best because they're able to be well taken care of. I'm ready for the next slide, please. So this would be our science and technology equipment. So this is something we've invested in because we're passionate about it. We have modern labs, we have 3D printers, and our ability in terms of doing science experiments is incredible. We have a gas chromatographer, a mass spectrometer, we have electrophoresis equipment, we extract DNA, so students can do molecular biology at the high school level. And these are reflected in the co-curriculars that we offer as well as our academic courses. I believe the next slide is arts. Sports. Arts will come next. So sports is another big part of Ridley life. We have around over 75 co-curriculars that we offer. So students really have the ability to choose something they're passionate about. It could be sports or arts or science. And while we are an academic school, I think co-curriculars is something we do extremely well. And that's what really defines a Ridleyan, is that they want to keep putting everything in, because that's what you get out of Ridley, is if you want to be busy, if you want to sign up for all these things, you're going to have such an incredible experience. And knowing that to do well, sports is a big part of it, moving your body, being part of a team. And we're very lucky to have some incredible coaches on hand as well. And on the next slide, I'll talk about arts, which is something else that we do really well. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to continue to talk about our incredible sports facilities. So this highlights all of the things we have to offer. We have an NHL-sized hockey rink that is home to our prep and our first hockey teams for boys and girls. It is also home to our new prep figure skating program, which is incredible. And the coaches we have secured are just outstanding. We have 6 outdoor turf fields. We have 2 gymnasiums, and one of them has the ability to have multiple basketball courts. And you can see the number of squash and tennis courts, our yoga and fitness studios, our movement spaces for dance. It's a really fantastic space to be. Another one of our prep sports is our rowing. Our rowing course is located at the Henley, our national rowing course, and it's about 6 kilometers from campus. Okay, great. Now it'll be time to talk about the arts. Great. So you can see here, we have so many different arts that we offer. And what's really excited is in October 2024, we officially opened the Eagleton building, which is where our different arts are now housed. So for visual arts, we have the incredible Creative Commons. It has this great light, and students are really just creating such incredible pieces that we then showcase in our art gallery. The Patterson Performance Hall is a great area for our musicians to come together. We have so many different types of musical opportunities, from string to jazz to marching band, as well as our theater performances. Every year in Niagara, there's a competition called the Cappies, and Ridley always does so well. It's for high school theater awards, like their Academy Awards, and our stage performances are just incredible. So on the next slide, if you are interested in Ridley, we'd love to chat more. So how do you apply? We have a structured admissions process. There's no admissions test. It's an online application. We're interested in your report cards. We're interested in both the character and academic recommendation, as well as if English isn't your first language and you're not attending, schools that are in English language, then we would ask for some proof of your English ability. And then finally, it's an admissions interview, which is an opportunity for us to get to know you and for you to get to know us, to make sure it's a really great fit for everybody. And then on the next slide, how do you know if Ridley's right for you? Well, like I mentioned, do you like to be busy? And do you like to do everything? Do you like to be good at everything? Then Ridley is the right school for you. We're looking for someone who has a proven academic ability, who's open-minded, who is kind, who is excited to be around other people, and really wants to take advantage of everything the college provides. That would make you the right student. Again, like I mentioned, we're an IB boarding school, so it's a fantastic place to be. And then on our next slide, I believe, some frequently asked questions. We do not offer a January intake. We are not semestered, so we are a full year program. So students take the same courses from September until June. So we do not take students in January. We do accept students for just 1 year, but we do not accept students for just grade 12. It's very rare because that's when university applications happen and we really need to know the student. Excuse me. So Ridley is open on long weekends. We are closed for Christmas for 2 weeks and March break for 2 weeks. But over March break, we do offer global experiences. I think this year we're going to Malawi, Guatemala, Canary Islands, Cambodia. So there's opportunities for students to go on an adventure, a different kind of learning adventure, if they're not able to come home as well. Okay, and the next slide. This is actually one of my favorite slides. If you go to our website, we have a virtual tour that we have built in. We know it's really scary to imagine living away from home or imagine your child, your most precious object, not being at home with you. So our virtual tour walks you through the different spaces on campus so it can feel like you're there. You can see our great hall, the classrooms, and the boarding rooms as well. Great. I'm ready for the next slide. Yes, this is a video. It's hard to do Ridley justice. So this is a video that showcases what it's like to be a Ridley. So welcome to Ridley College. I think that video showcases all of the behind the scenes that Ridley has to offer.
Thank you very much เรฮานนค่ะก็สำหรับน้องๆท่านไหนนะคะที่สนใจนะคะทาง Ridley College เนี่ยเป็น IB Boarding Program ที่ดีมากๆนะคะแล้วก็มีชื่อเสียงมากๆค่ะจะอยู่ทางโซนใกล้กับทางน้ำตกไนแองการ์ฟอลนะคะสำหรับน้องๆท่านไหนนะคะที่สนใจเราเปิดรับสำหรับเกรด 6 จนถึงเกรด 12 นะคะน้องๆที่สมัครกับทาง Pacific Premier ก็จะมีฟรีค่าสมัครด้วยนะคะสามารถติดต่อมาได้ค่ะนะคะยินดีแล้วก็พร้อมบริการอย่างเต็มที่เลยนะคะค่ะอันดับต่อไปนะคะ next slide let's go to Camp Ridley please thank you
Fantastic. I'm happy to chat about Camp Ridley. It's a great way to spend your summer, but it's also a really incredible way to get to know Ridley. So if you're thinking of coming for a year to live with us as a student long term, this is a great way to come for 2 weeks, 4 weeks, or 8 weeks in the summer to live on campus, get to know the boarding houses, and fall in love with campus. So on the next slide, what we try to do, perfect. So what we try to do is recreate the Ridley experience for you in the summer. So we build in cultural excursions. You get to see Niagara Falls in Toronto, as well as challenge yourself on aerial obstacle courses and explore the Niagara area and make new friends, of course. That's one of the most important parts. We have boarding for both international and Canadian students as well. And last summer, we welcomed students from 21 different countries each month. So it's a really beautiful place to make friends from around the world. On the next slide, I'll talk about our programs that we offer. Excuse me. So our most popular program is our camp boarding program. And this is a program where students get to experience Ridley. Our day camps are designed to mimic our co-curriculars that we do at Ridley and some of our academic courses. So each week that a student is here, they get to pick a new subject to study. And in that subject, Monday to Friday, they'll go to camp with other international students with high English and local Canadian students. So it creates a really classic Canadian camp experience, but also a Ridley experience. And I think that's what's really important. We do offer an ESL program for all levels. So for students looking to improve their English language, this is a 4-week program that is a great way to look at that. Another 4-week program that we offer is our leadership program. This has very limited spots. It's offered each month. It is a 4-week academic leadership program. This is really for students with high fluency who are looking to be a leader at their school. They're looking to be a leader in their lives, and they want to understand the leadership of communication, the leadership of conflict resolution, the leadership of social justice, of business development. How can they pull these theories into their everyday life and come back to school a really strong person? And finally, we do offer custom programs for school groups or groups of friends or soccer teams. So that's definitely something we can chat about. On the next slide, I talk a little bit more about camp boarding. So I'm happy to share some example camp boarding options. They're bucketed into different types of categories. And so again, this is for ages 10 to 16. So our senior camps are 10 to 13, and our explorer camps are 13 to 16. So we do have an advanced performance hockey camp, and this is quite popular. This is a high level of hockey. So if you are playing a high level of hockey, age 10 to 16, this could be the right camp for you. Last year, we did have international students join us from the States and from Russia. We offer cheer, rackets, rowing, both learn to row and rowing development. Our most popular camps in the arts were ceramics in our pottery studio and film production. And of course, pop star, because everyone wants to be the next Taylor Swift or Blackpink. So learning how to dance and sing and write your own lyrics, of course, sign me up. And then for science, yeah, some really exciting some programs here. These are definitely for a little bit more advanced English, high fluency for these. We have for our age 10 to 13 campers, explosions was our most popular course last year. So understanding chemistry through pressure and temperature and learning how to safely blow things up in a scientific lab. We also have our molecular biology course. And then in leadership, this is where we have our future series, which is hugely popular for people who want to be a doctor, a CFO, an engineer, an entrepreneur. So this is a great program to delve into those subjects, to learn more that maybe you don't have time to look in during the school year. And on our next slide, I showcase a little bit about what to expect. We are all inclusive. So we include all your meals, your accommodations, snacks in the boarding house, all program and excursion fees. We'll pick you up at the airport and give you emergency medical insurance. We also offer 24/7 access to a nurse, which I think is really important, and access to a doctor. Whenever you're not feeling well, we can call a nurse. Or you can go and see one in person, and we have campus security. So our dates for July are from June 28th until July 25th, 2026, and then our August dates are listed there as well. I have an example schedule on the next slide, so you can kind of see what a day would look like. So each week we would have full day excursions on Saturday and Sunday, and then an evening excursion on Wednesday. After your day program is complete, you do have some personal time to call your parents or do laundry or work out. And then we have scheduled activities in the evening. We have 2 each day, as well as excursions. So we keep everyone busy, just like a Ridley student, and making sure everyone's having a really fantastic time. And on the next slide, I believe, yeah, this is our conclusion slide. So our registration opens December 1st. And again, Pacific Premier are there to help you with your registration process. They are experts in our program, and they're able to get you exactly what you're looking for Camp Ridley. We do have a Canadian-style bonfire every Friday, and we go skating every Monday. We provide the skates and the helmet, but we do have ice 12 months of the year. So our summer students do get to learn how to skate if they don't already know. And that's Camp Ridley. Fantastic.
There's no exactly one favorite moment to me, but because I really enjoy the camp, and everybody's just we're just a big family at the camp. Everybody just hang out with each other and be friends with everyone.
Thank you very much for watching Ridley College today, and we look forward to welcome everyone to Canada soon. Thank you very much, Rihannon. Thank you so much. ขอบคุณค่ะ Thank you สวัสดีค่ะ Thank you so much. Bye bye.